Welcome, dear friend. Today, we journey together through the luminous words of Rumi, whose poetry dances between hope, longing, and the mysteries of the heart. Let us dive into this tale quietly, with calmness and a tender touch, allowing its emotional waves to carry us gently onward. There once was a merchant who cared for a parrot, a bird beautiful and vibrant, yet held captive within the tight confines of its cage. We feel the delicate tension between the parrot's shimmering beauty and its silent captivity, a soulful yearning trapped behind invisible bars. Soon, the merchant prepares for a journey, setting forth toward distant India, a land that calls with promises of adventure and hidden wonders. His generosity bubbles warmly as he gives gifts to every servant and maid, asking each kindly what they desire to bring back. Each heart's longing is met with a promise, a gentle vow that their wishes will be fulfilled. Then, turning to the parrot, he asks what token it hopes for. The promise of gifts from far-off lands is filled with a quiet magic, stirring dreams beyond the cage's prison. Yet the parrot's desire is not jewels or gold, but connection, to see its kindred in those distant places. It asks the merchant to tell its story, to share its sorrow and longing through the miles. There, another parrot waits, a soul aching with the same deep yearning, imprisoned by fate's will. A greeting is sent, asking for help and guidance, a fragile hope that a path to freedom might be found. The parrot confesses that longing is a fierce flame, a fire that might consume its very life in the pain of separation. It speaks of being bound tightly in harsh captivity, while sometimes others roam freely through green fields and perch on branches. Such is the faithfulness between friends. Even apart, the bond endures. The parrot dwells in prison while others bask in blooming gardens, yet it pleads humbly to be remembered, to have its cry carried softly among those who hear. One dawn, amidst a field where birds gather, remembering dear friends brings blessed joy, especially when it calls to minds of Layla and Majnun, their legendary love woven deeply into the fabric of longing and devotion. Yet the poem turns, playfully teasing those who worship only surface beauty, missing the truth beneath. The voice grows raw and intense, drinking cups filled with one's own pain, inviting a friend to share in that memory, in that taste of sorrow. If justice is denied, the plea becomes urgent. Remember the fallen, the dust among us, and the promise once made. The bitterness of broken vows stings sharply, like sweet words turned sour and fading with the dawn. Separation feels like the root of misery, and the heart questions the cycle of cruelty. If you respond to evil with evil, what difference remains? The wrath and war you sow burn fiercely, yet even this wild tempest can hold a joy fiercer than dance or song. Remarkably, cruelty itself becomes dearer than fortune, and vengeance closer than the beloved soul, love twisted in its most mysterious, painful form. We wonder where the original light within this fire began, as mourning lingers, waiting for the shining essence beneath all the grief. From harshness, an unexpected sweetness blooms, for no gentle touch can reach so deeply as the sharpness of pain. The soul laments, fearful that its cry might truly be understood and accepted, hoping that mercy might soften this torment. Here rests a profound love, one that embraces both wrath and grace, two opposing forces entwined in a tender dance. It is a wonder, this love that seeks to bloom like a rose among thorns, longing to sing like a nightingale, sharing sorrow openly with the world. What a miracle it is for the nightingale to open its mouth, to eat thorns along with roses, to release a roar as fierce and vast as a burning whale's cry. For those who suffer, this passionate love brings a strange joy, turning sickness into sweet intoxication. The lover becomes the entire universe, and the universe is the lover, an endless spiral, loving itself and searching within its own depths. Stay with this feeling for a moment, the ache and hope, the fire and grace mingling in the heart's quiet chamber. Whenever you need, you may return to these words, to this gentle whirlwind of longing and love, and find solace in the beauty of Rumi's tender truth.